Here's the Zels mir so ich kecho dafke shkavanos this Eisiyud. We said before this in of chukim, edus chukim and mishpatim. There's chukim and mishpatim, and they're not just specific mitzvahs. They're also in all things, in all mitzvahs. You have chukim, the kavana klolis, rotzen elyon. And then there's the kavana prati. Then there's the mishpatim, is the tam on every mitzvah. Tam, the kavana pratis. And then there's the in of edus. He says there's a made on hell, made in edus. The in waits in of kloli of all the mitzvahs. Is that Yid does a mitzvah, is megala helam atzmi. He's connecting to the Eibusher himself, which is helam atzmi. Helam atzmi. I'm not going to say the Eibusher himself, it's helam atzmi. Then there is, even higher than helam atzmi, he said the in of kloli of chukim in all the mitzvahs, he says even higher than that, that's the in of, that's not for something, not to be mamshich something. Rot helam atzmi, when you're doing a mitzvah to be megala helam atzmi, you're doing a mitzvah for something, to accomplish something. But the true rot and atzmi of mitzvahs, the way it's is the mitzvah itself, not to accomplish anything. That's why chukim is the din of Kabbalah sale. He said eidos is in Aveda. What does it mean eidos? What's megala helam atzmi? Aveda v'rusad liba. Because he wants to connect with Hashem. He feels comfortable with the Eibusher. He wants to have dirib tachtenim. Chukim is Aved of Kabbalah Sil. He's not looking for anything. He's not looking for some his galus. He's looking for the Yotzen Mamish from Hashem. That's the bit of Kabbalah Sil. So now he's going to explain again. Now we understand why we said that what Zemir is for David HaMelech was Dafke the Chukim. Shekavanos Bazehi Lishla Leida in the Mishpatim Alagami in the Eidos. What's his intention in this to say is to negate not just Mishpatim but also the Eidos. Why? Ki bedargas Eidos nishara adayin eiz metzius. By Eidos there's still some metzius. Not just beside the person when the person is doing the mitzvah. Not just the person's aveda in Eidos is a in of rusud liba, which means that he wants something, he's interested. There's a rotzen, there's a metzius. Is also not beside his aveda, rather beside the mitzvahs in this level of Eidos. Since the concept of these mitzvahs is to be megala ein sof tak helam atzmi even. But it's a gili of Ein Sof, it's gili of Helam Atzmi, higher than Sevev even. But Vashmit is a Shleim Sakol, Shakol Eilum Zbtelim V'Mtziz L'Gab Diktu Kechem Dikteire Hu Davke B'Daga D'Chukim. When is the ultimate recognition that all the worlds are not value at all? In regard to one Diktuk of Teire is Davke the level of Chukim. Why? Shah Diktukim de Teire. Because the Diktukim of Teire, Shemtzat Pchina Zu, Heim Ian Atzmi. Over here, it's not because they want to accomplish something in the Welt. It's the Eibusher decided this is what he wants. There's no connection to the world. Over there, I remember once, this is a minute, Mishta Chassidus in the Mamar from Chassidim in the Mamar from Rabbeim, because I saw someone, Mistami Sad on Chassidus somewhere. It says, we say in davening, Emes Makin Efes Ulose, Kakosu B'Sirose. So you stop, Kakosu B'Sirose, that's full stop. How do you know Efzulase? Kakosum Sirose. From the fact that there's a Teda. What's Teda? Teda is Afim Loiv Liyad over Zaleilam. It's not regarding to what's going to happen in the world, what to do. It's Rotzen Elyon. And inside that, Herzachon is Bechal Jokim Welt. Efzulase. What's the rise? Efzulase. That's besides Kakosum Sirose Vidait Ayim. That's mean from Kakosum Sirose. That's a Raya. It's Bechal Jokim Welt. So the Eibusher. That's it. It's not in order to bring into the world a revelation of the Eibusher into the world. It's the Eibusher vilazeh. It's not because of for a purpose. So then when a person realizes this level of the Eibusher, it's at that, he realizes the world is b'chal nishkim etziz. He's able to have zmiris. That's hoyle chukecha dafke chukim, which is not in order to accomplish anything in the world, is only to reveal the Eibusher, not even to reveal the Eibusher. It's just the Eibusher wants this. Therefore, a person realizes there's nothing in existence besides the Eibusher. Fine. That's Sifyut. Sifyut Alpha. He concludes, he continues in the Maimer, the Masha, David Nanashal, why did David get punished for this? Because the work of learning Torah of David HaMelech was in the way of Lezamer Aritzim, to cut off all the thorns, The ultimate goal of the creation of the world was not to destroy it, rather to settle it. To elevate the world and to bring a revelation of the Eibush into the world. So, which this is the advantage of davening over learning Torah. That tefillah birur va'ala. This is the mile of tefillah over Torah. That tefillah is to elevate the world. When a person davens, he elevates the world, and he's elevating all the netzutzis, and he refines himself. Mashenken Torah is the Eibush reveals himself. And in that case, not necessarily everything gets elevated. That pushes away all the menagdim. If you want to elevate the world, you have to daven davke. When David wanted to be mevar berum through Torah, which is in the way of pushing away all the menagdim, so he got punished on it. The ultimate goal is to settle the world, to make the world a place for Hashem. Al derech, it says in Chassidus the difference between Matan Torah and Losid Love. The Matan Torah is the revelation of the Eibush. It was bleak. The Eibush killed Yochel. The Eibush was able to reveal himself everywhere and anywhere, but it didn't elevate the world necessarily. A month later, they made the Egel. Mashenkin Losid Love. The world itself is going to be Eivgleib. The world itself, the Tachton itself, and Tachton you say, even on its lowest level, is going to be elevated. It's going to be connected to the Eibush. So you have to understand, according to this, is very schwer the shaila. That's what learning of David was neifin of Zmir Seilu Chukecha davke. Why Chukecha? Because this is stated the way it's mitzad rotzen atzmi. Kanal Baruch. How is it possible that the rotzen atzmi, which means the ultimate level of the Torah, the will of Hashem, K'mei shouldn't be according to the Kavan Aliyena? How could that be? It's not. How could the Eibish's Rotz Kaviyachol be Naged Ritzene, Naged Kavana? How could that be? Bishleimer Abir Bazeh. So the Rebbe, yeah, verstand? Yeah. So the Rebbe says the explanation to this is like this. According to what in the same Maimer, Avayla Beis from the Frierdiker Rebbe, it says, being Avaya Echad. In the in of Avaya Echad, he says like this. The Pirush Echad Zeh, the meaning of this Echad, who is Yochid. Not only Echad, he's Yochid. He's the only thing. That's the title of this Echad. Why do you say Echad and not Yochid? If it's Taki Yochid, you should say Avay Yochid. Why do you say Avay Echad? Is the Avay V'Lekim Kulachad, to show that even Alekim is also one with Avay. That's Echad. Echad is to unite Alekim. When you know what does this mean, that the Alekim is also one with Avay, is Oktadino Amitzi Nachts Avay. What's the true concept of Achtz Avay? That Eibush is united. There's nothing but him. Not just the way he sees things, even inside the world is also united with him. This is why it says Avaya Echad. If it would say Avaya Yochid, then it would mean She Yichudi is Baruch Hu Mitzad in Sof. Then it would mean Mitzad him, he's united, he sees everything as him. But but in the world's view, the way the world sees itself as a Metzias, that's not united with him, Rahman al-San. To stress this fact that the Eibush's unification, unity is also inside the world. Even inside the world, the way it's created from Shem Elokim, which hides over Shem Havaya. The Eibush is one, which means Shagam Achez V'Hadalid, which Chesed Dalid Shem Zayin Ekim Ba'aretz V'Dal Druch Se'elam Heim B'Teilum Ha'alef Yichidush Aleilum. They're all bottled to the Aleph, which that's the Yochid Yichidush Aleilum, the Eibush himself.
Isn't that the Pashto Pshat of Echad?
The Pashto Pshat of Echad is that the world is one with Hashem. That's the way Chassidus tells us. The Chiddush over here is, since he says Echad is a Yochid, it's just B'chal Jokim Welt. Was steht er bei der Avaya Echad? Im Red wegen dem Eibishter. Der Eibishter ist B'chal, der Eibishter ist Yochid, der einzige Metzias. Ich wollte mir sagen, soll steht Taki Yochid? That's his question.
That's the answer.
The answer is that no, we want to say even the world sees itself. The way the world sees itself, not just the way the Eibishter sees everything. The Eibishter mitzad atzmei is everything is Yochid, mitzad Ein Sof, everything is Yochid, everything is him. Here we want to say even the way we see ourselves mitzad the Hester Shem Elokim, we see ourselves as a Metzias. Even that is also miyuchad with the Eibishter. Why? That's the chiddush is that he's saying we learned so much chassidus that we know already for sure everything's bottle. Even our view is also him. It's kechamaster, kechamaylim. It's all him. It does go for zokte. He's not saying a. I don't think it's a chiddush a while ago the whole chassidus that we know already, but it's stressing the inyanim of chassidus that we should know that even the world that we see it as a metzius on our part, on our view, it's also one with him. Since Havai and Elokim are all one. It's not two keiches from two companies. It's all him. It's his keich. Just like he has a keich legalis, he has a keich lahastir. So really, it's not a hester, because it's his keich. It's kulachad. It's all him. So therefore, even not only Shem Elikim, which is the source for the world, is not master, is not a helem, and it's bottle today. Even the world that comes from Shem Elikim is also bottle in reality, and it's nothing other than Hashem. There's nothing other than the Eibishter, because the helem is vital his. It's his keich lahastir. Even though we don't see him, but this gufa that we don't see him is vital his keich. And it's not just that it's bottle ve'ein movad, because not just we say. Since this echad is like yochid, is to say that really, even though we're uniting something else, we're saying that the world's also bottled, the world's also united, also included in his bittul to him. So we're saying it's bittul in a way of yochid, which is even higher than echad. By uniting these two concepts, that one which yichud is baruch from the yochid, that his yochid is nothing other than him. And even this reality is also inside the world. Here's taking a step further than usually. He's saying already that the world, even that the world what sees itself as a Metzias, is also Yochid. This reveals Atzmas, which is Bechal higher than any Gedorim. Therefore, there could be a Metzias from Welt, and there could be him, and they're Miyuchid. Echad and Yochid. The fact that the world is Mesiachid with him, and this go for the Eifen of Yochid, that comes to Kechatz is Neis HaFochim. Okay, I have another time for another. So, okay. Shleisiv, sagt der Rebbe, Shleisiv, the Shem Havai Echad, the Shem Havai itself, Havai Echad made al kol gimel inyanim. Tells us about all these three things, these three ways of looking on the world. Echad, that the world's miyuchad with the Eibush, or Yochad, only the Eibush exists, or Kechatz Shemechabram, that the Eibush and the world are one, which that comes with Kechatzmas. Why is this all hinted in Shem Havai? The Havai is Gimel Inyanim. It's very close to Sif. Havai, there's three concepts. Aleph Havai Losh Mahave. Havai is Losh Mahave, he creates. The Peter Zeb Shem Havai made al Shechutz Le'elamis. This Taichin Shem Havai shows on the Eibush's connection to the world. That's one Taichin Havai. Beis Havayim Losh Nohoyevi, a higher level in Havai. Not the way he relates to the world. He's higher than that. He's Hoyevi. These Echad is this. The Peter Zeb Shem Havai made Shulamayla Me'elamis. This Taichin Shem Havai shows that he's higher than the world. He's not Mugbal and Dagbal from the world. World is Manumokim. Melch Malchim Lech, you say there's over Evavosid, Moshe higher than that, higher than Malchus, you're going to say already that the Eibush is Hoyevi Kechad. This shows that the Eibush is higher than the world. The third thing in Shem Havai is Shavayu Shem Etzem. It's not that he's creating the world. It's not that he's higher than creating the world. It's Shem Etzem. It's the Eibush himself. It's showing on the Eibush himself. The Gam Shem Pardes Kosav, even though the Pardes explains, this is the Yim Yim. I think he brings it down the Yim Yim somewhere. Hagam Shem Pardes Kosav. The Pardes writes, the Pardes writes, what's Pshat Shem Havai Shem Etzem? Etzem means the Atzmos of the spheres, the Eidus HaMeslabshem B'Kelim. The Eidus HaMeslabshem B'Kelim. The Eidus, speaking Sachak on the Eid. But Harei Maskona, the Teres HaChsidisi, the Pir Shem Etzem Hu Be'atzmos. The Maskona from Chsidis is that Shem Etzem is referring to Atzmos. It brings the Chsidis, the Guinness Eges, that Havai is Moshe Havoy, existence. It's not that he's creating, he's here now and before and he will be. He is existence. Mitzvah Metzias. Choiva Metzias. That's the name of Havai. That's the name of Shem Etzem. Since we find that all three things are in the same name, obviously I ain't moving. It's obvious that all these three things have a connection to each other. What's the connection? V'hainu, da is achdus, the shnei perushim b'havaya, that the connection of the two taichin in havaya, havaya l'shem mahava, the first taich, havaya l'shem havaya kecho, the second taich. The connection of these two, the unification of these two opposites. Hu mitzad zeh, she'havaya shem etzem. This is because of this that havaya shem etzem. How could havaya, which l'shem mahava, which means the Eibush is a shaykh to the ilmus, a mocker ilmus, and since mocker to zulas, echot, and the havaya l'shem havaya kecho, just hide in the worlds, is yochid. Is the unite is mitzad shem havaya shem etzem, the aspects of the Eibush, which we over there, there's no gdorim, but everything could come together. V'nimtzo. So this that avaya which is higher than the worlds, which is higher, comes down into avaya loshen mahava, the way the Eibush is a mahava, creator of the worlds. Although externally it looks like it's a descent, he's lowering himself down, he's connecting himself to a thing which the way the Eibush gives in the sense mokat elamis. Dafka through this is revealed as Shem Etzem, which was in the Shem Havaya. Not only that the Shem Havaya is Nizgala, and the Shem Havaya, which is Shem Etzem, is Nizgala in the Havaya Shalom Mailam Elmus, because Yochid is Nizgala in the Echod, that the way the Eibush is higher than the worlds is uniting with the worlds. The way the Eibush is a source for the world. So that shows on the Shem Etzem, which is in the Shem Havaya Moshnoi V'Yike Echod. V'le'ed al Shegil Shem Etzem the Havaya U'Be'ikir B'Havaya Loshem Mahava. The main revelation of Shem Etzem of Havaya is in Havaya Loshem Mahava. Why? Like it's explained in Chassidus and brings from Simchov. No, in other places it says why Shem Havaya Shem Etzem, which shows on Atzmos, who kis havas yesh me'ayin idavke bekech Atzmos shem tzutz me'atzmusi. So it comes out that the fact that you say it's mahave, that guva tells me that it's Atzmos, because his havos comes only from Atzmos. Who could create yesh me'ayin? Is only Atzmos could create, because mitziusi me'atzmusi. Mitziusi me'atzmusi means he's independent, therefore he could give the feeling of independence to the Nivroim. So the fact that we have this feeling, which no other level in Seder Shtaus has this feeling, every other level feels that they're dependent on a higher level. They're all coming from the all feels the Ilo. He's coming from somewhere. We have this feeling that we're independent. How do we get this feeling? Because we're coming from Atzmos, which is Matzmos, like the Rebbe says in the first Maamar in Abbas Lagani. So the fact that we feel this is all B'kech Atzmos. So his Havs Yesh Me'ayin, the ultimate meaning of his Havs Yesh Me'ayin is Hel Me'ester Kech HaBeri Me'aniv, that we don't feel the Creator. That creation comes only B'kech Atzmos. So B'meila, the Shem Havaya Shem Etzem is Nizgal Davke in Havaya Losh Mahava. B'ikir Havaya Losh Mahava. Fine. Go one more sif or yeah, one more sif. Okay, go one more sif. One more sif. One more. Val Pisa Yuvan, now understand Gamma Shakos of Rambam. Also understand what the Rambam writes. Who B'Maimer and Albert Chilos brought down in this Maimer from the Friedrich Rebbe at the beginning of the Maimer. He says Zamuda Chochmas Leida Sheyesha Motzi Rishon. You have to know there's a Motzi Rishon, B'hu Ma'amtzi Kol Nimtza, and he creates everybody, every existence. V'chol Nimtza M'shamayim V'aretz U'masha B'neim Le'nimtza El Ma'mitzi Motzi. And all the creations, all the existences from heaven and earth and what between, came from the truth of the Eibush's existence. What's this mean? The mitzvah yediyah, he begimel in yonim. There's three concepts we have to know. There's firstly, we have to know Sheyesha Motzi Rishon, that the Eibush is a Motzi Rishon. Secondly, we have to know Shu Ma'amtzi Kol Nimtza, that he creates every existence. Third thing we have to know Shekol Nimtza Chul Nimtza El Ma'mitzi Motzi, that all existences came to be only from the essence of the Eibush's existence. So he says, the Rebbe says, these three things are corresponding to the three things we learned before. The Gimel Yonam Elam and Gimel Yonam Anal Ba'avaya. These three things are corresponding to the three things in Havaya. You say that he says Amuda Chochmas Urash Tevus Havaya. So he says that's what the Rambam writes. He says Amuda Chochmas. I'm going to tell you what, which is Rosh Tevus Havaya, has three things in it. First thing is Motzi Rishon. It's not like the Hadron. It's a little different. Motzi Rishon Shu Kodem Lakel. That is before everything. He's before L'mayla Me'abri. He's higher than the creation. Motzi Rishon, he's existent. Whether there is a world or not a world, he exists. Then is Ma'amtzi Kol Nimtza Havaya Lo Shem Hava. Here,
when you say Motzi Rishon, it's limited.
Rishon there's a Sheni. Yeah, and that's what he's been diking that in the Hadron. And Motzi, there's already Prince Metzias. That's why he's touches in the Hadron. But over here he says Motzi Rishon, the first existence is Kodem Lakel. He doesn't touch his Rishon as the touch from Rishon, rather he touches Kodem Lakel, it becomes before everything. Why he doesn't call it, if he's already Kodem, why doesn't he say the ultimate Kadman? Weiß ich nicht. It's like Tchila Sakel, the Multaish says, the Tchila, the ultimate beginning of anything. Anything came from him, thanks to him. But here he doesn't touch it. He says, then he says, that is the fact that he makes everything. That's Havai Lo Shem Ahava. He's the creator of everything. He makes everything. Agam the Lashon Ramam is Motzi Rishon. V'hu Mamtzi Kol Nimtza. Akapon, the Rebbe is dividing in three things. And then there's Chol Nimtza and Chol Nimtza. Elam Amitzi Motzei. Amitzi Motzei Hu Ha'atzm Shemitzusim Atzmusei. Amitasi Motzei, the ultimate existence of the Eibishter is Atzmus, which is Mitzusim Atzmusei. This Havas and Nimtzoim Yesh Me'ayin, who Bekech Atzmus. The Rambam writes that you know who creates Yesh Me'ayin is Dav Kekech Atzmus. That's in Shem Etzem, the ultimate level of Shem Havai. That it's a shame for the Etzem Mamish of the Eibishter. Yeah, we'll stop here. It's sein genug auf eine Nacht. Stop here.